And here we go.
And away we go.
Not sponsored by Coors. Coors.
Okay, so welcome to another edition of Fantastic and the Mandog. It's been a minute, but we're back and we're going to do something today. I think we're going to talk about our favorite Attitude Era wrestlers. So, I'm Phil. This is my best buddy John. And we're going to just get into it. So, here it is.
Let's do the damn.
Let's talk about it. Favorite Attitude Era wrestlers. Attitude Era was a period in wrestling from, say, 1997 to about 2002 to 3.
It was still WWF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, until about 2002. And that's when the Ruthless Aggression era took place after. But we're talking that 97 to 02. You know, it really started on the heels of Bret Hart turning heel. You know, that's really where.
Cause they don't do it like Canada.
When they did the Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart double switch. What was it? WrestleMania 13.
Jeez, man.
I think it was WrestleMania 13.
30.
Yeah. It wasn't an I Quit match.
Yeah. Or was it I Quit or Iron Man? Because Stone Cold passed out.
Yeah, it was an I Quit.
Yeah. So he couldn't quit.
It wasn't an Iron Man. It definitely wasn't.
No.
It was an I Quit, but he didn't quit. He passed out, and then, which made the fans cheer him and, you know, boo Bret. So, then we're going to talk about favorite Attitude Era wrestler. I'm going to let you handle this first.
I mean, you already said his damn name. I don't, to be risk of being cliche, it's Stone Cold.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, yeah. Of course, The Rock.
Yeah. I mean, The Rock was a great talker and everything.
And that's what his charisma is what shone so much for him.
He's definitely not my favorite.
But just, you knew you were going to get a good show every time Stone Cold was on the mic, on screen, in the ring, standing up at the top of the ramp, on the ramp, in the crowd, like whenever Stone Cold at his house.
When you heard the fucking glass break, you just knew shit was going down.
Oh yeah, he's here.
It's like goosebumps. It's like fucking he's gonna.
It's like hearing sleigh bells on the roof when you're 6.
Yo, he's Stone Cold's here. He's gonna handle things. So to a teenage kid who's just starting to, like, you're getting all your testosterone and stuff like that, and you're like, you know, I want to be like Stone. I want to handle my problems like Stone Cold does, and just beat everything up. Yeah.
Just flip it off and stun it.
Then drink beers afterwards.
He's like, you can say whatever you want about we wasted so much beer. He goes, you tip enough of those, you drink a partial of 40 beers, you're gonna have a buzz because you're on an empty stomach.
Yeah. So with that being said, and I feel like Bret Hart was a sacrificial lamb of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I really feel like.
But do you think he would have? You think he could have thrived in the Attitude Era with his charisma?
I think he could have thrived. I think he could have. It's a tough one because he has.
He's too pure.
Yeah.
He wasn't built for that era of wrestling.
But yet, I think he would have blended in very well into it.
He could have been, he could.
He could have blended in. I mean, look what he was doing. It was already getting smutty. The fact that he was talking about how crummy and crappy and how you're cheering for this guy who's sticking his middle fingers up in the air.
Right.
I mean, right there, that would have been his niche.
Yeah.
Was to be the antithesis of
Right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
And he could have been a great heel, or he could have been a badass white meat babyface. You know, going against the smarmy heels. You know, the cheaters. He could have been,
Yeah.
but yet not in such a way like a take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.
Brother.
You know, it was much less corny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he could have thrived. But he would have had to stuck to his guns
Yeah.
because they would have tried to make him everything he didn't want to be. But if he would have just stayed Bret Hart, you know, whether you use him as a heel or a babyface, you had either way you would have had it built in. You could have put him against a smarmy heel, and he would have thrived. You could have put him against a smarmy babyface, like a slimy babyface, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was just bad at every. By all rights, 10 years earlier would have been
the bad guy.
Would have been the bad guy.
Yeah. But now everybody.
But it was the 90s, and in the 90s, you know.
Everybody liked the bad guy.
The bad guy. Hey, yo.
Hey yo.
Scott Hall.
Tip of the brew to you.
I think Bret would have been. I think Bret Hart is like the best wrestler ever. I just freaking love that guy.
I really like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was another one for me, to where you just always knew you were going to get something special.
And talk about thriving in the Attitude Era.
Yeah. Especially for somebody to have the real life that he does.
Well, I mean, he wasn't religious then.
No.
No.
So he's born again then.
Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for
he happened.
I thought he was doing all that
It
whilst.
happened in like 2002-ish
Oh, okay.
when he was out.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Because
Okay.
he actually got married to one of the Nitro girls, and she was Christian. She had a Christian faith background, and she made him go to church. Well, she bugged him to go to church. And
Right.
Then he found himself and stuff like that. You know, yeah. But he was not a practicing Christian when he was doing DX that first go around. The second go around,
Yes.
which was much more of a
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
PG,
They got away
more
from.
annoying little brother type of humor instead of the real.
Yeah. It's crazy. As long as we've been watching wrestling now, to see it go from like the, very almost G-rated, just with violence, other than the occasional color, as they call it, to being like real fucking like aggressive and then slutty.
Yeah, the 90s. The early 2000s was really bad.
Oh God.
Really bad. To the point where it's like, man, it's like, yeah, you know when the chicks were coming on, you were going to see some boobs and stuff like that. You were going to see the TNA. But it's like, I'm so glad they're actually wrestling now.
They got a women's tag team championship again? That's cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
How long has it been since they had...
Since they had enough of a roster to do that.
That's what I mean. Like, you're talking back in... oh, my God. Why did her name just escape me? She wore the red, white, and blue.
Medusa.
No.
Alundra Blaze.
Alundra Blaze, yeah.
Which is Medusa.
Okay.
Alundra Blaze in WWF, Medusa in WCW.
Okay, that's why I wasn't familiar with Medusa. Yes, Alundra Blaze. Since back in those days, they haven't had...
You know, she actually went on Monday
Women's
Nitro, and she threw her WWF title in the trash can on Monday Nitro.
It became Medusa?
Well, I think she was Medusa before. I can't.
Oh, maybe WWF made her change it to Alundra Blaze
Yeah.
because they didn't. She wouldn't give copyrights to Medusa. Maybe.
What a badass chick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was cool.
That's where I lacked. I didn't follow WCW hardly at all. Like I was straight up just WWF when I was younger. I was 100% on that.
I really loved the.
Monday Night Wars and shit.
Yeah, I loved that same era in WCW as well. The NWO era.
Right.
The early NWO era. I mean, the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall,
Right.
were so badass. They were like the cool heels, you know. And I gotta say, you know, the Hollywood Hogan character really it gave Hogan a new lease on life.
No, 100%.
The red and yellow was just worn out, and it actually, in essence, made the red and yellow able to come back.
Right.
By
The
leaving it
resurgence
for a
of it.
while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You got it, man. When you're in it that long.
We had like that
It's
airbrush
music.
lightning on his pants.
If
and
you're
shit.
trying to stay relevant, you have to change. You don't have a choice.
It's like,
Or your audience is going to funnel. That's just how it goes. You want to stay. You want to keep that broad spectrum of the majority of the eyes on you. You have to change.
and when you go to a different decade, it's a different. You're taking the different influences.
Yeah.
You know, it just is what it is. I think. But anyway, going back.
Yeah. Let's get back to
going back on
Attitude
topic to Attitude Era. I guess we'll maybe stick. We can maybe let's go in that era of WCW at another time.
Yeah. And I'll brush up.
Yeah.
I'll brush up. At least enough to where I
but-
can invoke you to.
I think okay, so like that's where Triple H came into his own as a heel.
Yes.
You know, with DX, he actually had a personality. Because remember, before he was just and it was just this like he was this,
Snooty, regal,
Yeah.
fucking
and it was stupid. I didn't like.
Did he used to have an accent? Didn't he have an accent?
Yeah.
he spoke
He did
like
try
that?
and like have almost like a
almost as if he were to.
yeah, but not British. But it was supposed to be like a hoity-toity Connecticut type of thing. You know?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just thought
Almost
it was
Brit-
more,
almost
I
like
thought
British.
it was
On the cusp of being
almost
British.
like Boston Tea Party.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
But I think, you know, with DX, he really started to shine because it showed, man, he's like, dude's got a personality,
Yeah.
you know?
I was just thinking how they do that to people, and it took me completely off topic and brought me to Lord Hentai. Like what they did with A-Train, man. Prince Albert. What they did with him, where he didn't talk or nothing. Like, Prince Albert. That's A-Train.
Oh, you know
So-
who we need to talk about if we're going to talk about Attitude Era Wrestling?
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
He went with that real dark, almost satanic type. I mean,
That was, you know.
it was edgy, it was scary, and it made it because everybody was like, "Oh, he's our favorite dead guy,"
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And then now he's evil.
Now he's evil.
It's
again,
almost like
yeah.
a cult.
Yeah.
He has a cult, and
Was
the
that the
acolytes.
ministry? Yeah.
The Ministry
Yeah,
of Darkness.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Pre-corporate ministry.
Yes. Oh yeah. Like when they
The acolytes were into the Brood.
when they captured Stephanie McMahon, the
Yeah.
organized sacrifice
Yeah,
for Stone
yeah.
Cold, came out and fucking saved her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Stone Cold.
You know who's another one? Ken Shamrock.
Ken fucking Shamrock.
He does not get enough credit for being a badass wrestler.
Yeah.
What a badass dude.
Right.
Just in general.
Yeah,
He
just-
seems like a cool guy too.
I feel like I follow him on
Yeah,
TikTok.
he's a cool
He seems
what a
cool.
cool dude.
A little punch drunk, but he
Yeah,
seems cool as
come on.
shit. Yeah. He's been hit in the head a lot. You're talking about
And he's
a
still
guy who
wrestling.
You're talking about a dude who fucking
He's wrestling for like Impact.
How many fights has he been in?
Yeah.
So I mean, real fights, real like
Wars.
fucking god.
He was fighting pre-gloves.
Yeah, bare knuckle in a fucking lion's den. Freaking barbarians!
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're gonna throw lions in there. Cut it out. Shit. But Ken Shamrock was a beast. Ken Shamrock. Did him and Steve Blackman team up at one time?
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. And they also fought each other.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I mean, most good tags have fought each other.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho.
Steve Blackman was
Big
bad,
shit.
bad dude. I always liked Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman.
Okay, so we've just rattled off a bunch of wrestlers and stuff like that. What was your favorite moment, like Attitude Era wise? Like, if you had to pick one.
Damn, dude. Again, it's going to be cliche, but when Stone Cold fucking came out with that beer truck.
Yeah, I think I was gonna choose that one too.
I mean, like, it's one of those iconic fucking moments. You're just like, God, what a... Watching McMahon flop around in that ring like a fish out of water, dude.
I got a couple here.
Please invoke some memories.
The cement truck.
Yes, and the
cement truck and the Corvette.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was
With
great.
the windows snapped.
Yes. The monster truck on the Rock's limo.
Yes, I remember that.
That one was great.
Oh, what the? What happened?
Some of those were just. I mean, come on, it's just great. I was just watching. There's so many more. I just can't think of it on the spot.
In my head,
we did no research on this at all.
We're just winging it.
We're just winging it because we wanted to make a video, and Christ, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know.
And we just wanted to talk about something we like, and
something that would flow. And apparently, I mean, that was about 15 minutes. Damn it, dude! Like, I can't hone it in. Like, I have so many.
Yeah. So another cool one was, I thought, a moment for me that I really liked was when The Rock took over the Nation of Domination and they kicked Farouk out.
Right.
Because I love me some Farouk.
Farouk is a bad Ron Simmons. Dude.
Ron Simmons.
Yeah. Damn.
I love that guy.
Damn.
I saw something. He was the first black WCW champion.
Yes.
I think it was 1992. He won the
I remember
championship.
seeing that, actually. As a matter of fact. It wasn't that long ago I saw that.
I mean,
it
on
was
one hand, I'm like, that is so awesome. On the other hand, it was like 1992.
92.
Like, it took that fucking long,
But how long?
to have a good fucking...
WCW.
Yeah,
We're
but that's
talking-
going to the NWA and everything,
Oh,
too,
really?
if you think about it. Look back.
I thought they were just talking about WCW. Like, just because that's
But
pretty
they used
young.
an NWA championship back then.
Oh, shit. Okay. Fair. So, okay, I get it. He was the first NWA...
I think so.
NWA, that was the rap group.
Christ almighty. I mean...
Scusi.
Seems like it should have been a lot sooner.
92?
A lot earlier, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty late.
There was a lot of good black wrestlers out there.
Man, Tony Atlas sticks out in my mind. He was a mountain of a man.
Junkyard Dog.
JYD, baby.
And I mean, he was in the territories and shit too. He was before he even went to WWF. He was already a big name in like Memphis and shit like that, working for Jerry Lawler and Jerry Jarrett and shit.
Mr. Lawler. Memphis, Tennessee. I was always partial to Coco Beware. I didn't think he got. I always like Coco.
Papa Shango. I thought that was a cool gimmick.
It was.
I mean,
I was watching some
Kama,
outtakes.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
Outtakes
with Mean Gene Okerlund, and then one of them was with Papa Shango. He's like, "Aren't you from fucking Detroit?" Like some of them with
the
him.
guy behind that though.
Hilarious.
What the Godfather? His name's Charles. I forget. Charles Wright, I think his name is.
Sounds like it.
What a guy! I saw him on Stone Cold's podcast.
Yeah.
That he does on the Peacock Network.
Uh-huh.
Not trying to plug or anything, but but I mean, what a fucking good interview. Seriously,
Yeah.
like such a kind of
What
like
would they call him? The Bone Street Club or something like that?
yeah,
It
the
was.
Bone Street Gang or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
something like that. Yoko.
Yeah, because they played It was because they played
They
dominoes.
all play dominoes. Yeah, man.
But what a guy! That guy is just such a he enjoys life.
Him and the Undertaker are really good friends.
Yeah,
right?
he's the reason why the Undertaker got tattooed and started riding motorcycles and stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Because he was what, Cowboy Mark
He was Mean Mark Callahan.
Mark Callahan. Yeah.
Mean Mark Calloway.
Calloway. Yep.
Yeah, he got his first tattoo with the Godfather.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That's
he
funny.
brought him to a shop.
Yeah.
And he got his first tattoo.
And now look at him. He's fucking covered.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
Yeah, he started riding motorcycles with him and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
That's
And they're
cool
still
They're still friends.
they're still really good friends to this day.
One of the arm wrestlers I follow, Michael Todd, did a thing at a bar, and it was them two were there because he did a thing where he was arm wrestling the Godfather, and then Undertaker came in and helped the Godfather win. It was funny.
Godfather was a big dude.
Yeah.
When he was in
Dude, I remember-
Kama character. Remember when he had the flat top?
Yes,
and he was
100%.
like a fighter.
Dude, I was like, this guy is gonna
He looked
beat
like-
everybody.
He looked like somebody off of like Street Fighter 2
Yeah.
or Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Like he
100%.
legitimately looked like that.
I thought he was going. I remember all the little vignettes they did of Kama. I don't remember like this guy. He'd
So
be like
I mean,
like
he
on a
wasn't
street.
Kama really. I mean, he was Kama in the Attitude Era for a little bit. But then he had his, then they broke up.
They went into Nation of Domination and
and then he did,
because he was just Kama for a while.
Okay, you want to talk Nation here? Let's talk
D'Lo
D'Lo.
Brown.
D'Lo is awesome.
Yeah.
He's another one. Awesome.
What's awesome about those guys is they are all like so many of them are still giving back to that community. The community that gave them what they've got, has kind of helped them through.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're giving back. Like they help train the young talent and shit like that.
I don't even want to talk about Ahmed Johnson though.
You want to talk about a bust?
I'm pretty sure that his muscles were fake.
That dude was a bust. You want to talk about
D'Lo beat him up backstage.
in real life? I
In
believe
real
it.
life, yeah.
I believe it.
Because he was running his mouth and talking some shit, and he was talking shit at The Rock and everything. And D'Lo wasn't having it and took him down. Fucking embarrassed him in the back.
Yeah, I think I.
And also, he put Ron Simmons out of action. So when Ron Simmons came back, he beat the fuck out of him.
That's the one I was thinking of. I was like, man, I was just watching
if
something.
you watch interviews, everybody says the same thing. Don't fuck with Ron Simmons because he's a legit bad dude.
Right.
Well,
He come from mean streets, and he was just a bad mofo.
around a lot of bad dudes.
He's one bad mother. Shut your mouth.
You know
I
who
was
got
talking about
you know
Ron
who got
Simmons?
Ron Simmons into wrestling? Lex Luger. Because they played together
Football?
in football.
Foosball. Foosball's the devil, Bobby.
And he said something to him.
College or like
College.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
I didn't know Lex Luger was from Florida.
No.
Or I played. I knew Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons
played
was a
football.
Seminole.
Yeah, I knew that.
I don't know if Lex Luger was or not. I can't.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lex Luger's from Buffalo, New York.
Beefalo.
His hometown.
Code.
Oh, hey. I know we're just bouncing around here, but we're talking attitude. Attitude Era wrestling. We cannot talk about Attitude Era. We cannot talk about the raunchiness of the Attitude Era without Val Venus.
Val, and you know what? One of the moments that stuck out in my head earlier, and I didn't say it, was when Hentai, right? Lord Hentai, did they cut off his dick?
I don't remember that.
Like, yeah.
That was more later. That was
it?
yeah, because he was Prince Albert until 2000.
Not Lord Hentai. Oh, I said Lord Hentai. I definitely did not mean to say Lord Hentai.
Tensai. Anyway.
Tenzai. Yeah. What the fuck? Fuji? Master. No.
Mr. Fuji was the Japanese guy, but he wasn't doing anything then.
What the fuck, man? My brain is not helping.
Are you talking about one of the Japanese wrestlers?
I'm talking about Funaki, the tag,
and Taka Michinoku.
yes, that was the man. Who was that man?
Kai and Tai.
Kai and Tai. Jesus, dude, in my brain I was just saying stereotypical words, and I was like, stop it.
I can't remember who their manager was.
Well, they got Val Venus to cut his dick off. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that. Honestly.
Yeah, that one stuck out in my brain.
Greatest. Okay, you want to talk about a great Attitude Era moment?
Yeah.
When Sexual Chocolate had a baby with Mae Young.
Yeah,
she gave birth to a hand.
Yeah.
That was
100%
ridiculous shit I've
I
ever
almost said-
fucking seen.
I almost said that was my favorite wrestler
Who?
from Attitude. I know the hand was never a wrestler, but it
Mae
made its
Young's hand,
reappearance.
maybe?
Yeah. It did make an appearance at that time. Oh shit.
Mark Henry was cool.
Trish Stratus.
What a good sport.
She had a lot of moments
Yeah.
in that time. A lot of moments.
I was always a little partial towards Lita.
Yeah, now okay, so we talk about favorite wrestler. Let's talk about like some of the best matches and shit like that. So some of the best matches at that time, you can't say.
Stone Cold and The Rock, hands down, were like the
way
constant...
that they played off each other in the crowd was amazing. Mick Foley as well, obviously.
The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
The first Hell in a Cell.
The first ever Hell in a Cell, yeah. And
That's also where Kane made his debut.
When is
How
that?
can we not talk
That's
about
when he
Kane?
broke through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, man. But yeah, Lita.
Yeah. There wasn't. I mean, I'll be real. There wasn't a lot of good women's wrestling, man.
No, not women's wrestling, but the women that were there were good to look
See, Trish Stratus was one of those ones that she got better as she went.
at. Yeah.
Like,
She was just athletic.
Towards the end of her
She
career,
had that
she put
going
on
for
some
her.
good wrestling matches. I think Lita was more experienced.
Paved the way, you could say, for
I think
bringing it back,
if
at
Lita
least.
would have, or if Trish would have been coming up in today's, she would have been a fantastic wrestler
right.
because she would have been able to do the craft a little bit more instead of just short
having to
boobs
sell
and
her-
wear a
sell her
thong,
body,
you
yeah.
know. That's really all that was the requirement. I mean, she looked great. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She looked
Oh, of
great.
course she did. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, me as a wrestling fan, it's like
I'm still watching this for a reason.
I still want to see the chicks wrestle. You know? I like the fact that they look good.
Yeah.
That's great, you know. But I would rather them wrestle than to just be like.
It was a breath of fresh air when what was that? 2018, I think, when WrestleMania was at the Citrus Bowl. I took JJ, and one of the best matches that night was the girls, and I apologize for not remembering the match and their names and stuff, but I remember not knowing who they were at the time
Sasha
because I
Banks.
wasn't following.
Was she wrestling?
I want to say
Charlotte Flair,
I want to say maybe
Bailey.
I think it was Bailey.
Nah, she's a good wrestler.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was her thing. Yeah, it was the rainbows and shit,
She's a
right?
hugger, yeah.
Yeah, it was her.
Becky Lynch.
It might have been. It was the title. It was for the title, and I think it was Becky Lynch and Bailey, or Alexa Bliss maybe and Bailey. Is that a possibility at that time? 2018.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Whatever it was a great fucking match. Whoever it was, I feel like there might have been. I kind of want to look it up so I don't do it injustice. But my memory ain't what she used to be with stuff like that anymore. I always enjoyed women wrestling. Not in a creepy way. Like it's always like, oh shit.
I like it when they actually do like real
Some of
moves.
the best
Real
fights in
fucking
the
moves.
UFC anymore are women fights. Because they fucking put it on, man. They knock down, drag out, they're like robots punching each other. It's like, you got a lot of stuff you got to want to take out, huh? Like, you got some pent up aggression. So, yeah, it's not in a creepy way at all, but I'm like, fuck, man, these bitches are badass. Like, they're so bad. You'd kick my ass, wouldn't you? You fucking run circles around me and kick my ass. That's just impressive to me. I think it's cool.
So favorite matches.
And
Yeah.
dude, the TLC matches.
Yeah.
Tables, ladders,
I
and
think
chairs.
you
The
have
Hardy
the
Boys,
Hardy
and
Boys, the
fucking
Dudley Boys.
Dudleys and Christian and
Edge
Edge
and Christian.
come on, man.
Anything they
Insanity.
did. Anything they did together was just money.
That was another one of those like
Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
Kurt Angle coming in. Kurt Angle is just
So
a
that
phenomenal wrestler.
was that the time when he and Shane did the
99-ish.
he and Shane had their thing? He threw him through the glass. That was after Attitude, wasn't it?
2001.
That was at the end of the Attitude Era.
And
What a match that was!
fucking does that German suplex through the freaking glass.
Well, no, it was belly to
It was belly
to belly.
belly to belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He flipped him.
And he bounced off the first time.
Yeah.
And he's like,
God,
"Fuck it,
yeah.
just throw me through it."
And
And
Vince
he's
is
like, "No."
Vince is on the headset saying, "Don't you let him fucking do that shit." And he fucking did it anyway.
Yeah. Well, Shane told him to.
Well, there was the one that was supposed to be dummy.
Yes. And it was not. So they threw him through the same one again a second time, and he went through because he bounced. No, he bounced off twice,
I think so.
and then went through.
Yeah. And then he went through the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when they were in, he went through the
threw
other
him
way.
back out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a time that was.
Shane had some fucking nuts on him though.
He did, and escaping the Attitude Era. What about when he dove off the Titantron onto Steve Blackman? That was still in. That was like a tail end.
Undertaker.
Tail
But
end.
he did the Undertaker too later on, even later than that.
Yeah, but the first one he did it too with Steve Black.
Oh, it was Kevin Owens. I'm sorry, he did one to Kevin Owens too.
Shane did?
Yeah.
That's a very recent thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're talking
Jesus.
about like an almost 50-year-old Shane.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gray-haired McMahon, Shane O'Mac.
Yeah. Top of the cage.
That's
Went through the table.
oh my god.
Went through the announce table from the top of the cage.
Remember when he jumped across the fucking ring, and kicked the trash can into his father's face?
That dude.
Insane. What a family. What a family that is.
Circus. It's a goddamn circus. Yeah. But without doing a little more research, and a lot of this, watching the Peacock Network really helps.
Yeah.
Brush up on
I
some
just
of
see videos pop up all the time because I like a lot of wrestling stuff and watch a lot of wrestling stuff. Like all of anything that pops up for me is either it's either music, arm wrestling, wrestling.
That's pretty much
That's
it.
pretty much all of it.
So,
Funny shit pops up, but
So,
I just kind of brush up through.
yeah, honestly.
Because it's hard to just so many years,
Yeah, it's a lot of
so many years.
it's a lot of years, and it's been a long time since I watched a lot of it fresh.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool to watch like a WrestleMania from back in the day.
I think
Like,
we should have
if we did like the Raw before, the WrestleMania, and the Raw after, something like that.
Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can watch it and then take a few notes. And
Yeah.
then we can have like a discussion about
Yeah,
it. And
the storylines, where they were at, and whatnot. Yeah, that'd be cool.
but I mean, put a bow on this thing. I think we can talk a little more at length at another time about a lot of it. But honestly, I think that's about all we got for now. And if you like it, maybe let us know.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Like and subscribe. Share it. Share it with your
You also
friends.
leave a comment. It'd be fun.
We'll talk back.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else to do.
We have no lives. It's pretty sad.
Please send me a comment.
Until next time, though, Fantastic in the Mandog, signing out.
Out! oh, oh.